How's everyone doing today? And welcome to my channel. This is an educational channel, and we got a new feature here called the Q-tip of the spear. And just a little short recap of the day's events, if you want to call them that. It's really more like the day's uh, scripted distractions. Um, and as I was talking about yesterday, I think um, these events are reenactments. And not to say that they didn't happen, but they just didn't happen yesterday. They happened years ago. And the events, the outcomes are no longer in doubt. And that's why when the boss says something is going to happen, it's going to happen because it already did happen. And it's very much like the scriptures. Um, it's pretty easy to make prophecies about things when the events already happened, but you know, your script has been backdated by several decades, and so you have actually are you're recounting history, but it appears as if you're making prophecy. And yeah, so that's just one thing that I'm seeing. Now, when I say um, Q-tip of the spear, I really do consider the tip of the spear in this movement. Uh, just from what I can tell, I don't really consider myself an insider. I don't ever go on the boards. I don't ever go on Twitter. I've never been on Twitter. I don't participate in the info war like that. I just watch some podcasts of people who do, and I try to stay on the tip of the spear that way. Um, and I feel like the just from what I've seen, the tip is uh, the folks that do you know the kind of full control, full scripted. Um, the comms are obvious. It's kind of difficult to accept, but it's pretty obvious. And the criticism is that well, that makes it easy. You just have to eat popcorn and do nothing. Not really. That's not what it implies. It implies that you need to get to work because you need to cleanse your mind out because um, everything is and has been fake. And if they're doing it now, that means they did it then. And that means that your entire world life history and your culture's whole history is also been scripted. And so you got to come to grips with that. So there might be um, some need for some self therapy, some meditation, some exercise, some glorified stretching, uh, some deconstruction, some uh, deep digging, not just digging into the 20th century, but digging through the 20th century back all the way to about the 20th century BC. And you know that's a long list of things that need to be done. So you're not sitting on your butt. You got plenty to do, but participating in this charade of just blatantly obvious fakery um, will just kind of give you an ulcer if you continue to let it upset you. I think Rambo has the best approach to this. How does this make you feel? And usually, the way that it makes you feel is the way that it's supposed to make you feel, the way that it's been manipulated to make you feel. And you need to recognize that you're being manipulated and recognize that this is fake and that you can maintain equanimity. You cannot be swayed by these different narratives, even though it presents things that are just utterly maddening. These stupid politicians that are lying right to your face, and the news media lying right to your face and getting away with it. The cabinet members uh, doing all kinds of relatively incompetent things, and we can get upset about it, and in some cases that might actually change things. Um, but the getting upset about it isn't going to change it. Just be firm, and if you have a problem with something, report it to the proper channels. But don't get uh, too invested into it, you know, um, because it's all part of a script, and there are some people who are taking one for the team. There may be some people that are not on the team, but that's kind of hard for us to even be able to gauge at this point. But I think that a lot of people, and again, I'm going to just come down on some of the soft disclosure crowd, um, who I consider to be very close to the tip of the spear. But there's a few of them that just like to get outraged about things. And um, I can understand because it makes you feel so powerless to do anything else. But again, there's plenty to do. Try to start learning how to meditate, learn how to eat. Um, it really appears as if none of you have really done your homework on terms of diet, nutrition, training, um, and I'm talking about like real homework, not read a couple articles in a few books, and I learned that, oh well, it just so happens that the diet that I'm already on is the one that I'm supposed to be on, or that I have to make these tiny little changes, or that I can take these pills or these supplements and fix everything. If you're on the right diet, you don't need any supplements and you never get sick. So um, that'll be a hint, at least a hint for you that you're not on the right diet. And yeah, so I think that the only reason why people should really listen to me about all this is because for the last 35 years, while you've been growing up and going to work and raising a family, making a living, and entertaining yourself and your children, I've been studying um, and doing experiments on myself and um, making a living on working 10 hours or less per week and just eking out the bare minimum, so that I could do this kind of research. And so it adds up after 35 years. And um, so I think that what I have to say should have some bearing on something. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Thank you. Have a great day.